Hello everyone. Happy Sunday to you wherever you're watching from, in England, outside. It's lovely to see you again. So today we have 4 amazing stories, funny and important, from all around the world. So I've checked you can hear me. Let me know if you can't, but I think you can. I think we're good. Also, if you want to talk with me during this live stream, you can add me on Skype at talkwithaly. That's my Skype ID. It's all one word, talkwithaly. Add me, tell me your name, where you're from, what your message is, and if we have time, if I can, I would love to talk to you on this show. So also, there are new ways that you can support this channel. New amazing ways. So under this video, you'll see there's a super chat feature. So you see the comments, they go very fast. Maybe I miss your comment. You can use super chat and I will definitely see your message or your question and I will answer you. Also, there's super stickers. So if you do that, then you'll see something really cool. I've never seen it before and I'm super excited. So if you want to use super stickers, that really supports my channel and helps me make these classes. Let's say hello to some of you. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. So let's say hello to some of you. Where are you from? Turkey, Uzbekistan. Argentina, hola. Bangladesh, hello in Bangladesh. Brazil, lovely to see you in Brazil. Indonesia, China, Colombia, hola parce. Vietnam, Italy. People from everywhere, just everywhere. This is crazy. So let me know also if there's any crazy stories that I've missed. Send me a message after the show if you want to. And I'll have a look at them. Okie dokie. So today, like I said, we have 4 really cool stories, funny and interesting and important from all over the world. Last week, I asked you on Instagram, would you feel comfortable or do you think it's important to ask a colleague how much they earn? Well, I gave you a poll and these were the results. 39% of you said yes and 61% of you said no. I would never ask a colleague how much they earn. Why is that? I'd like to hear from you. Again, you can call me on Skype. Talk with Ali is my Skype ID. What do you think? Is it rude? Or, as we might find out in a moment, could it be an important question to ask someone? So, what do you think? First initial comments. What do you think about this? Is it rude? Is it... Kriegalo with the first super sticker ever. You just made me so happy. Look at that. Look at that super sticker. How beautiful is that? Okay, we've got Bin Sabrina saying it's just not considerate. It's not considerate to ask how much you earn. Could be. It's not polite. Oh my God, that's so uncomfortable. Yeah, it could be uncomfortable. But can you think of a reason why it could be important to ask your colleagues how much they earn? Try to think of a reason why. Okay, Jane is saying it's rude in Brazil. Well, it's rude in England too. But let's debate this. Today we're going to have some debate practice. I hate this question. It depends on the situation. Erislane Oliveira. You said it depends of the situation. Not depends of. It depends on the situation. Very important preposition there. Oh, Bin Sabrina with the interesting answer. Letitia Ribeiro as well. Gender pay gap. You might be underpaid. Yeah, it could be. Okay, so also there's a few questions about wage, salary. Those are all things that we're going to get into, that we're going to look at. So let's have a look. Today's article deals with this, the first article. So Would you ask your colleagues what they earn? You can read with me as I talk. It's time for us all to be much more transparent about our salaries in order to end a culture of pay secrecy, if we want to address pay inequality. A lot of people are reluctant to ask their colleagues' salary details and even more reluctant to share their own. A survey found 61% of us are uncomfortable at the idea of asking others about their pay. Wasn't that the exact same poll results I got from Instagram? Crazy. Moreover, half of us wouldn't be happy to reveal our salary details either. But sharing more information about what we earn may be the best way to ensure that women are in a position to argue for fairer treatment over pay. So, an important question maybe. Before we get to the debate, before I open up the phones, we need to do some vocabulary. So if you don't know, these are the vocabulary items we're going to talk about. Be transparent. Salary, wage, what's the difference? Reluctant. Moreover, this, if you have studied an IELTS class or an exam class, when I teach those classes, I see this one overused or used in the wrong way, perhaps. So let's be careful with that, and we're going to learn how to use it. Reveal, earn, win, gain. What's the difference? Ensure. Okay, so let's go through them one by one. To be transparent, usually companies will use this to talk about their secrecy, or politicians might use this to talk about their political party, if they're secretive or if they are open and honest. They don't keep secrets. So a company might say, our company is very transparent. Everything we do is open. You can see it. It's not in secret. We are transparent. So that's an adjective. Again, if you don't already, make sure you have a notebook and a pen, because we have so much vocabulary today. So much. You'll be speaking perfect English by the end of today's live stream. I promise you. Okay, so the next one, salary, wage. What's the difference? What do you think? Salary, wage? Well, it's actually quite simple. So a salary talks about the money you earn per week, month, year. So, for example, a wage would not be per week, month, year. It would always be money per hour. So, for example, the minimum wage in England, I think, is £9.55. There is a chance that I just lied to you. I don't know. But yeah, what's the minimum wage in your country? And is there a debate about raising that minimum wage? It's an important debate, I think. But you wouldn't say minimum salary. So when you go to a job interview, one common question is, what is your expected salary? How much per month, per year do you expect money-wise as your salary? Okay, the next one, reluctant. This is a great adjective. I love this one. And it means to be hesitant or resistant. You don't really want to do something, and maybe someone needs to convince you more. Maybe it's dangerous, or you just don't want to do it. We will talk about this word in more detail in a moment. So we'll come back to it. Moreover, what does it mean? It means in addition to, and. It's a very formal word used in writing. So this will improve your writing, but not so common in casual conversation. This is great to use in writing. Look at the example in this article. What is it? A survey found 61% of us are uncomfortable at the idea of asking others about pay. Moreover, in addition to that, half of us wouldn't be happy to reveal our salary details either. So it just means in addition to. It has two sentences which agree with each other, and the second sentence adds more emphasis, adds more detail to that first one. And they agree. So try not to overuse it, but it does improve your writing, specifically in exams like IELTS, TOEIC, TOEFL. Next one, reveal. Means something was hidden and you show it. You reveal something. Like this example. You reveal how much you earn. Well, that's hidden information. You reveal it. The next one, earn, win, gain. If your native language is a Latin language, these three can be confusing. Because I think, Spanish, you say ganar. Like money from your job is ganar. Or maybe, I think I'm wrong. But they can be confusing. So what's the difference? Breaks down like this. To earn money, you earn money from your job. So all three of them mean you get money, right? But earning money is from your job. To win money in a game, gambling, competition. So, like from a casino, you win money. And gain just means increase of money, for example. Or weight. For example, if you look at me, like I think my face is looking a bit fatter today because I went to Amsterdam and ate a lot of pancakes. So I think I gained weight, specifically in my face. Look at these cheeks, like hamster cheeks. I'll go to the gym and we'll fix this. I'm sorry. Next one, ensure. To ensure means you make something happen. You make sure something will happen, or you make sure something won't happen. For example, I will work very hard to ensure I can pay rent. Or I will work very hard to ensure that I don't get fired from my job. It's a very good word. So try to use all of these bits of vocabulary in the comments. Write them down, make notes, make your own examples. It's very important. If you write it, you make your own example, you're much more likely to remember it next time. And if you try to use a small percentage of the vocabulary we do today, then you're already doing great. So let's see some of your examples. Kriegelo is saying, in the USA, the minimum wage at the federal level is $2.13 per hour with tips or gratuities. $7.25 per hour with tips, without tips, and $4.25 for the first 90 days of anyone under 20 years of age. That is awful. In the USA, you guys do tips. I remember now. Yes. Okay. I think if you work in like a restaurant or a diner in the USA, a lot of your money is expected from tips, right? Wow. That's crazy. Marce is saying, or I put some weight on me. This is a mistake. You put some weight on. Oh, no, it's not a mistake. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah. The grammar could change a little bit. I put some weight on me. You wouldn't say that. You'd say, I put some weight on. You don't need me. I put some weight on. You could say to someone else, you have put some weight on. It wouldn't be polite, but you could say it. Fat but charming. Thank you. Yezidu, politicians are rarely transparent. Great example. This is very true. And I think we'll see in today's Brexit section of this class that, yes, they're never transparent, especially Theresa May. Oh, hello from Argentina. Hello. Hello from Mexico. Hello, Mexico. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to see you. Someone just said, I like eating pho. Pho's delicious. You haven't used any examples, but Your point is valid. Miguel is asking, the minimum wage per day is £50? I don't think so. No. I can't remember what our minimum wage is. Alison Holmes Sylvester is saying, I should go back to work if I want to ensure my chemistry mark. Yes. It feels like there's something missing. Ensure my chemistry mark is high, for example. Do that one. Minimum wage in Brazil. I lost your... I lost your comment. These comments go so fast. It's so annoying. Okay, let's try it this way. There we go. Queen Let is saying, I've never, ever been transparent. Oh, I never, ever am transparent with anyone. Well, Queen Let, you're very secretive, aren't you? Mohammed is saying, this is my first time I watch you live. Oh, hello. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my live stream. We're here every Sunday at 3 p.m. London time. Join me. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a class. Chris English. Chris English is saying in the UK 7:50, in London 10:20. You would know more than me, I think, because I work for myself, so I don't know. 10:20 in London is not much. The rent in London is crazy. Yeah, you'd still have problems paying rent. Let's do one more, and then we'll move on. Daniel Ruiz says, Mexican politicians aren't transparent at all. It's not only Mexican politicians, Daniel. I think it's politicians all around the world. I would love to hear an example of one politician that was transparent. Best music. Thank you for the super chat, man. Love you. Chile. Hello, Chile. In France, the minimum wage is €9. France is so expensive as well. Whoa. Thank you for that, Feeder English. Forever Alone is saying, Papa, how many languages do you speak? First, don't call me Papa. My name is Ali. I know I never introduced myself, but I really should. My name is Ali, A-L-Y, and I speak one English language fluently. My Japanese is like this much. My Spanish is like this much. That's the only way I can explain it. Okay, so let's move on. If you have all those written down, we're going to move on. Before we do, of course, reluctant is a good word that you should know. And remember, I have hiccups. We're good. Reluctant, it's an adjective. It means be apprehensive, be hesitant, you're resistant to do something. So, for example, this seems dangerous. I'm feeling reluctant to do it. Example, someone wants you to go bungee jumping or skydiving. And you're like, maybe not. This feeling, this expression is reluctance. You're being reluctant. Second example, I am reluctant to meet new people. So maybe you are an introvert. Maybe new people suck. You're reluctant to meet them. You have your friends. You don't need new ones. You have your cat, dog, Xbox. You don't need new friends. Who needs friends? Okay, so our next story. We're moving on to K-pop news. No, we're not. I'm coming back. Because I want to go to the phones. I want to debate this with you. If you have an opinion about this topic, is it okay to ask someone about their salary, how much they earn. What do you think? Let's have a look. Who do we have? Oh, okay, there's like tons of you. Okay. Okay, if I call you, make sure that your YouTube is muted, because otherwise we can hear an echo. It's crazy, because there's a delay. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's try Letitia. Letitia's first up. Letitia in Brazil. Letitia.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly well.
Perfect. Right.
Let me just check. Can everyone else hear her? I hope. Good. Okay, so Letitia, what do you think of this this topic? Do you think it's important to ask someone how much they earn, or what do you think?
Well, I think it's important.
Uh-huh.
Even though it's very uncomfortable to do it, but I don't think it's rude at all. I think it's very important.
Interesting. Not rude at all.
Not rude at all. No.
Have you ever asked someone?
No, I never. I didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's important, especially because I think I mentioned this to you before. Gender pay gap.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Brazil, it is huge. And I could go with histories, and the most recent one involves, of course, Bolsonaro. And again.
Wow. Yeah.
Again, and
yeah.
I am a journalist. I study journalism.
Damn,
so when
cool.
Yeah, and when he was on the debate before the elections, because he is very okay with gender pay gap,
Of course
and
he's that type of guy.
He is that type of guy,
Yeah.
and he was, discussing with the two. How can I say, the journalists who stay they go on air. Like here it would say they're anchors. I don't know.
Oh, the people behind the desk, like what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they
Anchors.
were anchors. Yeah, and they're a couple. And so the lady asked him like, I heard you say blah 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 blah, and what do you think of that? And it's like, I'm okay with it. And you're such a hypocrite for asking me this, because I'm pretty sure you receive less money than William, which was the man who was beside her co-worker.
So he's saying that she's a hypocrite because what? She doesn't quit?
Yeah, of course. And on air,
That's ridiculous.
He said that. Yeah. And he was very offended. He was like, of course. I was like, what are you talking about? I would never, accept a job where I gain less money to a man, even though I do the same work. I'm sorry for my broken English.
No, you sound very good. If you check the comments, people are very happy with your pronunciation.
Oh, really? That's very sweet.
She speaks very well.
Very sweet.
You have cute pronunciation.
Oh, yes. That's sweet. But anyway, he was very, rude, and he was like, and she asked him, what would you say if you, or I don't know, I forgot the word, like a businessman, I don't know, if you have an independent work.
Okay, and you work for yourself,
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have to, and if this person gives women less money than man, and he said something like, I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't tell them they are wrong, because women can get pregnant. And I was like, oh my God.
Shit. Right.
Like on air. How can you say this on air? And I was like, this is not unfair because women can get pregnant, and this is very bad for the, for business. Okay, congratulations, you're having a baby. This is very good for your personal life. But for me, for my for my work, this is very bad. So of course I'm gonna pay less. And this is very interesting because I wouldn't have, I would never thought that we still have to, have these discussions nowadays. I mean, I don't know. We shouldn't have to ask our colleagues, but we still do. We still have to ask because some people think like him. It's still very huge, the gender pay gap. And you know what I mean? It's not rude. I don't think it's rude. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable to do. I think I say that to you. Well, it's uncomfortable to do. It's important to do. But it's definitely not rude because in another inequalities, it's not only about gender. Yeah. It's about another, but I'm saying gender because I'm a woman, so that's what I know. But I think you know what I mean.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So I think I'm with you on this. After reading that article, it makes me think about it in a different way. I mean, as a man, I've had jobs. I had no idea how much someone else is earning. It's completely possible that a female would be earning less.
And what they do?
Yeah.
And you know what they did after this interview? Yeah. They searched for Renata's salary and William's salary. And of course, he gained... Renata is the journalist who was called a hypocrite by Bolsonaro.
Oh, I see.
And his electors, go digging through her salary and Williams, who's his colleague. And they found out that he gains... she earns...
yes, you're using the vocabulary. Not gained.
Gained way more money.
He gained, he earned more money.
He earned way more money because he is not only the anchor, but he is the editor-in-chief of the TV show. And she's only the anchor, So of course she would earn less money. It's not because she's a woman, it's because her, it's about her job. Okay, yeah. If he would only an anchor and he would earn...
Good.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just cursed.
Hit yourself.
I'm so sorry.
No, curse. I love it.
I'm sorry. Anyway, but they're like, oh, she is such a hypocrite, and it's like, no, she just, it's not the same job. Of course, it would be less because it's the same job, And let me just say, you don't look fat. You look handsome. Oh. You always ended up on a Brazilian's luggage,
And a Brazilian
the story. What? Luggage.
How do you mean?
The story, the Insta story that you ended up, that you were spotted on.
Oh! I forgot about that. Yeah, that's fine.
You forgot about it? Yeah. It was really funny. It was really funny.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you don't look fat at all.
Oh, I love you for saying that. That's so sweet of you. Letitia, it's been so nice to talk to you. Thank you so much.
That was lovely. Bye.
See you later. So that was super interesting. Also, Tom said it's the man's fault if a woman gets pregnant too. That's a good point. Okay. Let's have one more person from a different country. Again, if you want to talk to me, send me a message on Skype, talkwithaly. There's a billion of you, so if I don't get to you, I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, Effie from Turkey is Izmir in Turkey. Let's have a look at you. Oh, there we go. Let's see if you're around. It's becoming my favorite song. Effie, is that you? Are you there?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Bloody hell, you called me.
Oh my
Finally.
God. You answered. I'm happy you answered. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me. So, Efe from Turkey, Izmir, right?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of Izmir. It looks so nice. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
I would love to visit there one day. It'd be amazing. So, what's your take on this? What is your opinion? Do you think that it's rude, or is it important to ask about your colleague's salary?
Actually, in Turkey, it's kind of rude, but in among friends, you can ask, of course, all the time. It's not important, of course, but I don't know. If you ask me to learn my salary, I always say the truth easily.
Wow. Okay, example. I'm your colleague. You don't know me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, how do I pronounce your names? Efe? Efe?
Efe.
Efe. Sorry
Yeah.
if my pronunciation's bad.
Doesn't matter.
If I say Efe, I'm earning this much. How much do you earn? What would your reaction be?
Firstly, I'll smile, and then I smile, and then I'll just say I'm earning enough. Just that.
That's very political of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm earning enough to get by, to survive.
Yeah.
Right. And is there a situation where you think that you would want to ask someone else how much they earn?
For me, to ask someone's salary,
Yeah.
actually, I don't ask.
You've never asked.
Yeah.
But
I
can
never
you
ask.
think of a situation in which you would want to ask?
I don't know. I've never think of it, actually.
Yeah. I honestly, I have never thought about it. Well, I had never thought about it until I read that article. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone said that they love your accent, by the way, and your accent's
Thank
cute.
you.
You get
I'm bleeding.
lots of compliments.
Yeah.
You're a cool dude, Efe. This has been fun. Teşekkür ederim.
You're welcome.
Okay, man. Thank you so much for talking to me. Let's go move on to the next topic. See you later, man.
See you later.
Bye. Nice. Okay, our next topic you may have already seen. Our next topic is K-pop news. Any K-pop fans in the chats? Let's have a look. If you're a K-pop fan, let me know. Who is your favorite band? I know 2. No, I know 3. A-Pink, BTS. No, I'm lying. I know 2. I thought I knew 3, but I don't. I'm stupid. Sorry. So, in today's K-pop news, that is a handsome dude. Jimin is his name. He's in a Korean pop group, K-pop, called BTS. Now, he has been in a bit of a problem. There's been a bit of trouble. Why? Well, because he wore this shirt on, I think, Korean Independence Day, which showed that thing there is the atomic bomb that fell on Hiroshima in Japan. So this is quite controversial, of course. Obviously you shouldn't do things like that. I know that the situation between Korea and Japan is quite difficult. So, dude, Jimin, man, mate, this was a bad decision. Also, his band member, Mate, wore a hat with a Nazi symbol on it. Dude, what you doing? What are you doing? I don't know his name. If you're a BTS fan, let me know. I did a poll on Twitter, and the majority of you didn't know who BTS were. A smaller group didn't like them. And a very small percentage of you liked them. So if you have an opinion on BTS, please let me know. Any BTS fans in the house? Oh, wow. Okay. BTS. Not a fan. Okay, well, so this is the topic. This is the controversy. One wore a Nazi hat and one wore a t-shirt seemingly celebrating the fall of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Obviously, not a brilliant idea. So this is the article. They gave an apology. They said sorry publicly about this. So let's look at that apology. Then we'll decide, was that a good apology? Could it have been better? And we'll look at other ways to apologize in English and how to accept an apology in English. So let's have a look. Okay, this is the apology that they gave. We would like to offer our sincerest apologies to anyone who has suffered pain, distress, and discomfort due to our shortcomings and oversight in ensuring that these matters receive our most careful attention. So, vocabulary that we're doing: sincere, distress due to shortcomings, and oversight. Also notice I highlighted ensuring. That's just the progressive version of ensure, which we just did a minute ago. It means to make sure something happens. Sincere, I believe it translates well to Latin languages, but let's be clear. Sincere means it's honest. It's from the heart. For example, what I'm telling you is sincere. The opposite would be, it's just a joke. I'm not serious. It's bullshit. But to be sincere, you're speaking truly, really, from the heart, and it's honest. Distress is, it's painful, a stressful feeling. So if you do something and it makes someone feel, you're causing them distress, pain. Due to. Last time we learned that due to can mean an scheduled thing or an expectation. Like, for example, my flight is due to arrive at 5 p.m. Example. But this one, this due to, this has a different meaning. It's a different context. Due to can mean because of. Example, the tennis match was cancelled due to bad weather. In London, what happens often, the trains are not running due to a strike. Always happens. Next one is shortcomings. Your shortcomings are your weaknesses or things, basically, things you're not good at. You're not good enough at. For example, if you talk about your strengths as a person and your weaknesses, they're your shortcomings. So, what could we give as an example? England has a few shortcomings. Firstly, our weather. It's not great. Another shortcoming of England would be people seem very cold, very distant. We are quite reluctant to make new friends. Could be. And the last one, oversight. These are all quite formal words, by the way. So in casual conversation, you might not hear them often. In formal conversation, formal writing, then you probably would. So oversight means you didn't pay enough attention and a mistake happened. So in this case, they are suggesting that they weren't paying enough attention to this image on the shirt or the Nazi symbol on the dude's hat. it's not difficult to see. I say this is a bullshit apology. This is just, they thought it would be, I don't know, controversial. They thought it would be cool, but it's a dick move, man. Let me know your opinions. So try to use these in your own examples. I want to check your examples. Lourdes Celis is saying, due to equals therefore. Well, let me show you. So if I say, it's raining, therefore, I'll take an umbrella. I won't say it's raining due to, I'll take an umbrella. So no, it works in the reverse way, almost. Example, I'm taking an umbrella due to the rain. So no, it's not the same as therefore. Little Pivoine is saying, my shortcoming in using Excel upsets me. I can't use Microsoft Excel. It sucks. K-pop is my shortcoming. Poochie Po is saying, I didn't go to the gym this afternoon due to the rain, cats and dogs. Firstly, don't say it's raining cats and dogs. It doesn't sound natural. Secondly, just due to the rain. That's enough. Serena Salvia saying, British intonation is one of my shortcomings. Hyungyu Lee, whoa, that is an amazing example. Due to watching Papa, Ali is my name. Not Papa, Ali. I sincerely overcame my shortcomings of English. I mean, it's almost perfect. Your use of sincerely sounds a bit unnatural, so I appreciate the feeling, but remove that from the sentence and it's perfect. I overcame my shortcomings in English. Let's have a look. Someone's asking, sincerely, do you support the LGBT community? Of course I do. Yeah, I have love for everyone. Jennifer Gomez saying, are you going to save this live? I will, but I'll be editing it down to manageable pieces. Bernadette Yara is saying, Ali, did they ever deliver the reason why they wore those symbols? Honestly, I didn't see a reason why. It was just that very formal apology that they gave. So if you're following this story and you know if they gave a reason, please let me know, because I would love to know. Let's have a look. Jalahani is saying, what the hell is BTS? BTS is a Korean K-pop band. Although, okay, in Korea, you don't call it K-pop, right? You call it something else. Can't remember. Just pop? I don't know. As a Korean, I feel bad to see BTS being popular since they could worsen South Korea's... And it stops. Reputation? Really? I heard about them, but I'm not their fan. I've already explained the reason and apologized many times. Cool, but what do we think? I mean, is that enough? What do we think? Saif says, Ali, do you have a school or something? I don't have a school, but I am writing a few books, a few grammar books featuring my drawings and everything, and I'm excited to show you that when it's finished, but it's not finished yet. Okay, let's go to this part. Ways to apologize. So their apology, what do we think? Good, bad? I don't know. So these are some ways that you can apologize, because this is very formal. You won't say this to someone face to face, for example, or over text. This came from a company, not a person. So these are ways that you can apologize in English. So if you don't already, make sure you have your pens, paper, make notes. Okay, the first one. I know I hurt your feelings. It's important to acknowledge, to realize, say to the other person, I know that I'm bad. I did something bad. Another way to say it, I messed up. This is quite informal. So you probably won't say it to your boss. I messed up. I'm sorry. Also, notice the pronunciation. It's not messed up and it's not mezzed up. It connects. The ed is a t sound. So messed up. That's the connected sound. Messed up. I messed up. Sorry. That one's quite common to use though, like with your friends. I forgot to bring food. I messed up. Sorry. A bit more formal. I'm ever so sorry. I'm ever so sorry. This one sounds very sincere. If someone said this to me, oh, I'm ever so sorry. This sounds deep. It sounds very from the heart, sincere. I encourage use of I'm ever so sorry. In fact, I'm quite British. If I hit someone when I'm walking, if I bump into someone, I will say, oh, I'm ever so sorry. That's my standard reply. That's my standard apology. I'm ever so sorry. Number 4, I completely apologize. What is it, apologize? Well, pronunciation is always, British or American, apologize with a Z sound, a Z sound. However, I've given 2 examples right here. Apologize with an SE, that's the British spelling. With ZE, that's the American spelling. So any I's, A's, like analyze, what's an A's? I don't know. The Z, that's the American spelling. The S, it's a British spelling. It's that simple. Okay, number 5, I was completely in the wrong. So we can say it this way. I was in the wrong. Just make sure you have the preposition correct with that. Number 6, I shouldn't have done that. So this, we get a bit more of... The grammar gets a bit more advanced with this one. I shouldn't have done that. We know the meaning of should means it's a good idea. Shouldn't, it's not a good idea. So to say that in the past, I shouldn't have. And that is a verb 3, just there. Past participle, verb 3. Done, eaten, drunk, swum. It's a verb 3. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, quiz for you. If I eat your pizza, how can I apologize to you saying I shouldn't have? What do I change the verb to with eat? I shouldn't have eat your pizza. How would I change that? Let me know in the comments. And finally, my bad. This is very informal. So if you're with your friends, that's the one you use. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is very, very informal. Never use this with a boss. It doesn't sound sincere. You can use it as a joke apology if you don't really mean the apology. You can be sarcastic with it. Okay, let's see if you got the... Asher, I shouldn't have eaten your pizza. Yes, well done. Ashen, Goyen. How do I pronounce your name? Goyen? Wen? It's Wen, right? Wen. Nguyen. Is it Wen? I can't remember how you pronounce that name. The Vietnamese name. Jessica. Didn't. Boo, Jessica. Little Pivoine, well done. I shouldn't have eaten your pizza. Bariatu, yes, well done. Anne Fong, well done. Julia, well done. Lourdes, well done. Yezidu, Letitia. Oh, shit. Okay, too many to name. Freckles, hey. I shouldn't have eaten your pizza. Exactly. Oh, good question. Olio is saying, what's the difference between sorry and excuse me? Sorry is a bit more serious. So if someone dies, you would say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Your brother died. I'm sorry. Or if I break something of yours, oh, I'm so sorry. Like that. Excuse me, they're more for small things. For example, if you're walking, you want to pass someone. Oh, excuse me. Or if you want someone to repeat something. Excuse me. You can also use sorry for that. But there's one more. I can't remember. It might come back to me. Hello in Brazil. That's for you, Gabriel. Say hi to Turkey, Benji. That's for you. Hello. Cool. So those are ways to apologize. But if someone says them to you, how can you accept that? Let's have a look. Ways to accept apologies. So someone says sorry to you. How can you reply? Of course. That's all right. That's okay. Look at the pronunciation. All right. All right. That's all right. Don't worry. That's all right. Second one is my favorite. No worries. No worries. This is very common. It's very informal. But to be honest, I use it in formal situations. I don't know why. It's informal, but it sounds okay in many situations. I don't recommend that you use it with your boss. No worries. No problem. Standard. But that's boring. We don't like standard here. Number 4, it doesn't matter. You want to say, it's not important. Don't worry. It doesn't matter. Number 5, this is interesting. You couldn't help it. If you want to say, okay, you did a bad thing, but it wasn't your choice. Maybe someone else did something, meaning it's not your responsibility that this bad thing happened. You can say, oh, you couldn't help it. It's it doesn't matter. No worries. Let's get an example of that, actually. You couldn't help it. Okay, if someone comes into your house, they open the door and something falls off, I don't know, a shelf. And they say, oh, sorry. You might say to them, oh, you couldn't help it. It's not your fault. You couldn't help it. Next one, no harm done. No hard feelings. These are interesting. So no harm done just means, it's like, I forgive you. I don't feel bad. This is the same as number 7, no hard feelings. No harm done? No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Usually we drop the H. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Oh, Cafe e Ciencia. Thank you so much for the super chat. And you're saying, you can't just apologize for eating my pizza. I would terminate our friendship. Honestly, I would understand. I would totally understand that. And I thank you for your honesty. So yeah, if you want to say, oh, maybe what you did was bad, but I don't hate you. Yeah, quite specifically, I don't hate you. You say, no harm done. No hard feelings. We're good. We're okay. Serena Savi, the H is unvoiced. I'm unclear what you're... In which example? Let me know. You guys have got really funny examples. Whoa, difficult to pronounce. Prepimon saying it not you to blame. Bit different. It should be you are not to blame. That is how you would say that. Joelity, I don't hate you. I love you. That's a great one. Okay, Serena is asking about the H in hard feelings. I wouldn't say it. That specific expression feels a bit less formal, a bit less posh, so I would drop the H. Oh, no hard feelings. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, Bariatu is saying no biggies. No biggie. Yeah, that's true. Not a big deal. That's okay. No biggie. That's also another one. That's a great example. Yeah, really good. Well done. JJ Mora Jr. is saying, Papa, Ali. My name is Ali. What accent do you speak in? My accent is very standard London. So if you speak to anyone who's British in London, this is the accent you would expect. I'm not posh, and I'm not I'm not Cockney. Okay, let's say Queen's English, Cockney. I'm more towards the Queen's English, but not very far. Please, I'm not going to speak Cockney right now. Okay. So those are some great ways to apologize and how to accept apologies. Make sure you are writing as we go. Our next story takes us to Paris because there has been protests in Paris and they've been a bit crazy. So what's happening? We're going to find out. We're going to read the article together. If you are French, add me on Skype. Talk with Ali. I want to ask you about this thing here. What's happening? So it's been a bit crazy. People died and everything. What are they protesting about? If you're watching, if you're in the comments, let me know. My Skype name, Talk with Ali. All one word, Talk with Ali. Christopher Perez says, there's always protest in Paris. Is that true? I don't know. Last time I was... Oh, actually, there was a protest last time I was there. Sarah Sylvia Barreto saying, against Macron? Yeah, it was against Macron. We're going to find out in just 1 minute. Someone saying the French Spring. Wow. Jennifer Vargas, Talk with Ali, not with 2 L's. No, A-L-Y, 1 L in Ali. Talk with Ali. That's my Skype name. If you can't find me, probably you're spelling it with 2 L's. I've heard that people in Paris always go on strike. Well, that, Tico, from the Netherlands, is another debate for another time. We can talk about unions, and because the same kind of thing happens in London. Whether you're for or against unions is another debate for another time. It's an interesting debate, though. What is better to say, on strike or protest? Oh, that is a good question. Okay, Tico, this dude is 13 and he's asking better questions than I can come up with. What? Strike or protest? Yeah, so great question. To strike means you stop working. So, for example, in London, often the tube drivers, they go on strike. They just stop working. Usually because they can't agree to a pay rise or the conditions. So they strike, which means everyone stops working because there's a problem. To protest, usually the public goes to the streets to say that... Please don't call me. Because I can't accept calls. What was I saying? Protest. Yes, protest when people disagree with the government or disagree with a policy. They will go to the streets and shout, hold banners. That's a protest. It's not necessarily about work. So our story is about Paris. This is how it goes. Protesters gathered in Paris on Saturday after more than a week of demonstrations across the country against high fuel prices. About 5,000 demonstrators rallied in the nation's capital, brandishing French flags and signs denigrating French President Emmanuel Macron. I can't pronounce that name, I'm sorry. Macron, resign. The French already pay some of the highest gas prices in the world, and a tax hike set to go into effect in January will make them higher. Protests started last Saturday when more than 200 people were injured, more than 100 people were arrested, and 2 people died. So this is quite a sad story because people died. The article, however, lots of interesting language. We'll start with the vocabulary. Got rally, brandish, denigrate, resign, hike. These are all words we need to use. So what I try to do is every story we get more and more advanced with the vocabulary, more and more advanced with the grammar. So rally, what does it mean? It's to join someone or join a group of people in support of or to protest something. So not only for protests. For example, schools can have a rally. Schools might have a sports rally. So everyone goes to a place to support their school team. That's a rally. Or in this context, they're joining the protest. Brandish. This is a very formal word. I love this word. Not often used, but it's cool. It means to hold something enthusiastically, like a weapon, in anger or excitement. 2 examples. Imagine a samurai, ninja, brandishing a sword. You could say they are holding a sword, but there's nothing fancy about that. But if they're brandishing a sword, it's enthusiastic because they want to threaten you in anger. Or excitement. In this case, they're holding flags. In excitement, they're brandishing flags. The samurai brandishes a sword. But any weapon as well, like brandish a gun, for example. To denigrate. If you follow politics, you will see this word an awful lot. To denigrate means to criticize, to say something bad about a person. In this case, they are denigrating Macron. They're saying he's bad, he's rubbish, he should resign. What does resign mean? It means quit your job. So, if I want to quit my job, I will write a letter of resignation. I will resign. Of course, I can say, I'll quit my job, that's fine too. But I could say, I'm going to resign. So in this case, they want Macron to resign. Why? As we already saw, the French pay some of the highest gas prices in the world. Petrol, as we say. And in January, there's going to be a tax hike. What's a hike? It's a big increase in price. So, yeah, we could say a tax hike, a price hike. Anytime a price goes up, it's a hike. As a verb, hike means to walk up a hill, for example, up a mountain. For example, when I lived in Korea, so many people go hiking. They go for a hike in the woods, in the mountains. People are really into hiking in Korea. So again, make sure you have these written down. I want to see your examples in the comments. Lourdes is asking, with passion? Yes. So you hold something with passion, enthusiastically, like a weapon, either in a threatening way or an angry way, or like a flag. Yay! Great question. Motor races, aren't they rallies? Yes, they are, but that's a different use of the word rally. This use of the word rally is about supporting something or protesting something. Car rallying is like the name of the sport. Oh, grammatically wise, very important grammar point here. Look at the last sentence. More than 200 people were injured. More than 100 were arrested. Notice that's the passive voice, right? So the passive voice is used when the action is more important. They are not going to name 200 people who were injured. For example, what's a French name? Jean-Pierre was injured. What's another French name? Amélie was injured. No, they'll just say the action's important. The injury is important. So passive. 200 people were injured. 100 were arrested. And the final one, 2 people died. In writing from my students, I often notice this mistake. The mistake sentence would be 2 people were died, or 2 people were dead as an adjective. That would be wrong here too. To die, that's a reflexive verb. You don't need any other verb. It doesn't have an object. You die, I die. There's no object to that sentence. So you don't use that in passive. Important note. Let's see some of your examples. I'm resigning my job, says Condra. You have a bad job, I assume. Jala is saying, I've resigned my job, and then there was a price hike. Not prices hike, price hike. I assume that's a Polish name, Ziolek. Sorry, my pronunciation's terrible. Sorry. You're saying, I'm denigrating all mainstream politicians. They should all resign and rally in hell. Wow, that went very dark. Let's see. Jennifer Vargas, in Colombia, students protest. Really? Interesting. If you're French, let me know, because I want to ask you about this. So let me know if you are French. If you are in Paris, particularly, let me know, because I want to talk to you. Right, meow. Okay, I'm in Paris. Okay. Let's try you, Raphael.
Hello?
Hello! How are you?
I'm good. Fine, and you?
I'm great. Can everyone...
I don't have this thing of Skype. I'm not used to it. It's very old, and I'm not used to use this.
I'm not used to using this.
I'm not used to using this. I'm not seeing you, for example.
Oh, no, don't worry. This is only audio.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
Because I'm naked.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely no video then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Paris now?
Yes, I live in Paris. There are a couple of years. Now I'm the region of Paris. I'm in Paris, yes.
Wow, so have you seen these protests?
You know, I'm going to explain you a little bit. I'm also Brazilian, and then I was very affected with this thing of Bolsonaro. I was really really depressed with this. So I did not inform myself about the Gilets jaunes, but because it was very, a very hard thing for me to accompany all this. But what I see is it's part of French culture, all this. They just are a bit socialist and they expect a lot of the government. And I don't see anything different here where I live. I go all around Paris and I don't see anything. I just see on Facebook and in the journals, and so I don't see anything different. But everyone is talking about this, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
French,
it looks crazy.
Yes, French get revolt very easily. So, you know, even when I lost my job, were very revolted because they fired me. So
people
they
in your
make a
company.
strike. Yes, in the school where I worked. Yes.
Oh, you worked in a school. You're a teacher.
Yeah, I worked in a school, and they were very revolted. And there was a big war there, and we went to the director. We fought with the director. You know, French always think that if you can attack the most weak person, because if the most weak person lose, it's easy to make other people to lose their rights also.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's I think that's kind of good, because if someone is treated unfairly, then other people join and support that person. I like that. That's quite cool.
Yes, it's a positive part of French culture and living in France. You know, the state is very present in everything here. It's not like in England, you know.
Yeah.
In everywhere, you know, the state makes almost everything here.
Right.
The state,
Right.
so it's different. It's a kind of socialism in France.
Right. Right.
So,
what's your personal opinion about Macron? I don't really know much about him, to be honest.
about what?
About Macron. I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
Macron.
Macron. Okay, teach me. Macron.
Macron, oui. Yeah, Macron. I think that, I don't know if you can say Macron.
Macron.
I think you speak, you pronounce well. It's okay.
Thank you very much.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
I did not like him at first because he was kind of elitist.
Elitist.
And,
So pronunciation, elitist.
Elitist. Oh,
Right.
Elitist. Elitist. It's okay now?
That's perfect.
Elitist. Oh my God.
Right. So in the comments, Weiwa Peace is saying Macron is a globalist, destroying France. That seems like quite a strong opinion.
Yes.
What do you think?
He was a former minister of the socialist president.
Okay.
And he's for the European Union.
Yeah.
And he's very friend with Germany. So people.
He's very different. He's very very friendly.
Friendly.
Very friendly with blah blah blah.
With Germany. He is very friendly with Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
And so he does not, because he did not really close he's not closing the opportunities for the immigrants. So everything is almost the same. But after I knew that he did many things that was not so bad.
Yeah.
He cut some taxes for poor people, and you know, but he cut also taxes for very, very rich people here.
That's not good.
No, he was that was a tax. It was ESF.
Right.
That's for very rich people.
Right.
And he cut this. He cut this.
Shit. Yeah.
That revolted people, and then so he looks like very elitist.
Pronunciation?
Elitist.
Good. Yeah, that first sound, the first syllable is a schwa. Elitist. If you want.
Elitist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Brazilian. I can say It's very, very hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Raf, we're going to move to the next story, but thank you so much for talking to me. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Very long time I did not speak English. So
Really?
That was nice.
Really?
Yeah. 7 years, I think, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you sound great. You sound great.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you later, dude.
See you later.
Bye. Cool. That was lovely. Thank you for that, Raf. It's lovely to talk to you. Okay, our final story. Before we go there, check some of your comments. I feel like I haven't abandoned you. I'm with you. You're in my heart. Wow. Okay. Big debate about politics, about French politics here. Yeah, honestly, my knowledge of French politics are not the best. So you can teach me, I guess. Let's see some examples. Oh, people are using hike. Well, Raheli is saying, is it okay to say inflation rate hiked? In that way, you would use hike as a noun. An inflation rate hike. You would use it as a noun. It sounds better. Pooji is saying, I denigrated when my boss phoned me just to say that he liked me. Okay. First, wow. Second, you need the object. I denigrated my boss when he phoned me to say that he likes me. Also, denigrate. It's a very... denigrate is... It's a very formal word. So you won't say it in casual conversation. For example, this person denigrated me. He called me a dick. Like, that sounds way too formal for the situation. Denigrate, usually in politics, usually in the media. Okay. So, our final story today is about Brexit. If you don't know what's happening, this is... I hate this. So, the UK, as you may or may not know, we are currently, at the moment, inside the European Union. We have free movement, free trade. Everything is just easy. But we had a referendum, which means a vote of the people in 2016, and the majority voted to leave the EU because they thought that we were giving too much money to the EU. We have too many immigrants stealing our jobs, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. Immigrants contribute more to our economy. There have been studies, there has been research on this. Immigrants contribute to our economy. I am anti-Brexit. I don't like it. And we receive more in benefits from the EU than we give to the EU. These are all facts. Anyway, rant finished. Anyway, so Theresa May today issued this letter because she went to Brussels. She went to Brussels to meet this dude. This is Juncker. She wanted all the 27, I believe, EU countries to support her deal for Brexit. Which, what does that mean? It means her terms and conditions for us exiting the EU. How will our relationship be in the future once we are out of the EU? According to Theresa May, we are in a much better position, although she hasn't actually said that. And every time someone asks her, will the UK be in a better position outside the EU than in? Every time she avoids the question, every time she gives some bullshit answer, because everyone knows objectively we are better inside the EU. So, what is the news topic today? She is begging the public, unite behind me on the Brexit deal. And that, of course, is this letter. She wants everyone to support her deal. This is our article of today. So, in a bid to persuade the public to apply pressure on their own MPs to back her deal in a crucial vote in Parliament next month. Next month? Am I here? I have to vote in this. The Prime Minister says in the letter to the country, that the country must get on with Brexit now, so that ministers can focus on what matters most to people in their everyday lives, improving the NHS, which is our health system, building more homes, and tackling injustices. I don't know where to begin. Vocabulary. A bid. MP. To back as a verb, not your back. Crucial. Well, whoops. To get on with something. To tackle and injustice. So, a bid. What is a bid? It's an attempt. So, we changed that first sentence. In an attempt to persuade the public. She has written this letter. Why? Because she wants us, the public, to apply pressure to our MPs. What is an MP? It's a member of parliament. In other words, we could call our local member of parliament and say, hey, support Theresa May's Brexit deal. I'm not going to do that. The next one is to back. And of course it means support. I think we did this word in a few lessons ago. So she wants the public to support her deal. She wants us to call MPs, members of parliament, to support her in a crucial vote. I think in Latin languages, crucial translates nicely. Crucial means it's extremely important for survival, perhaps. It's crucial. It's very important. You need it to survive. In this context, Theresa May needs this vote in her favour for her Brexit deal to survive. This next one, to get on with. I love this expression. You should, if you write nothing else, write down to get on with. Because this is good. And it means to just do something. Stop hesitating. Stop wasting time. Just do it. Get on with it. So if someone is taking a long time and you want them to, oh, come on, get on with it. It sounds rude if you say it like that, but sometimes you need to be rude. And it feels kind of like that, the way she wrote it, even though it's taken her almost 2 years to come up with this shitty deal. So the next piece of vocabulary is tackle. To tackle injustices. Well, injustice is something which is not fair. If it's not fair, it's injustice. So I believe in her opinion and Brexit supporters' opinions, they feel that we don't have control of our laws, which is not really true. We don't have control over movement of people, which actually this deal doesn't change that. We should be to gain the same benefits that we already have. I don't think they'll be changing. Anyway, to tackle injustice is to try and solve a problem. So if you have a problem, you try and tackle the problem. For example, I'm trying to tackle this crossword. I'm trying to tackle this dilemma I have. So to tackle, it's a great word to use. Make sure you write those down because we're going to look more closely at get on with. To get on with, like I said, it means to look, stop hesitating, stop wasting time, just do it. So for example, if I'm playing Xbox, but I have work to do, I might say, okay, I need to stop playing Xbox and get on with my work. Stop wasting time, do this thing. Second example, if you're waiting for someone and they are wasting time or they're being reluctant, you can say, oh, come on, get on with it. Just do it. Get on with it. So you could say it like those, like that rather. Okay, so I want to hear from you guys. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you add me to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you haven't subscribed already, please click subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications whenever I upload. All my usernames are at PapaTeachMe. Right there. So I'm going to talk to a few more of you. Whatever you want to talk about, let me know on Skype. talkwithaly, that's my Skype ID. I'll talk with a couple more of you. And I want your opinion on Brexit as well. So let me know. Crikey, there are so many. There's far too many people. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, if you're from an EU country, I want your opinion about Brexit. If you're from outside the EU, I want your opinion about Brexit. What's your take on this? Okay, Robert Lima, I think you're Brazilian. So we're going to leave you for next time. We've already had a Brazilian. Okay, let's have... Oh, Ellie from Iran. We haven't spoken to an Iranian person yet. Ellie, make sure your YouTube is muted. Hello, Ellie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
So you're from Iran? You're in Iran now?
Yes, I'm in Iran.
Awesome, welcome. This is a pleasure to have you. So, do you get much news about Brexit in Iran?
Yes, I've heard about it, but I suppose David Cameron, when he had the referendum, he thought that the result would be in favor of him.
Yeah,
he didn't want to get out of the EU.
Yeah.
So he had the referendum, but the result was shocking and unexpected for all the people around the world. And I was shocked too. And
like everyone was.
I heard comments of some politicians like Boris Johnson or Nigel Farage.
I hate that
on
guy.
Brexit.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think, the reasons and the comments that they had, they're all reasonable. Unreasonable?
The pronunciation?
No, they
reasonable.
were not reasonable.
Oh, unreasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Unreasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I just thought, I think it all started with the problems in Syria and the immigration problems.
It could be argued. Yeah. Well, I would argue that it's how the media covered the immigration from Syria more than the actual
thing.
I
think it was different.
Yeah.
You think there were other issues? What were those problems?
As to why England voted Brexit, you mean?
Yes, I asked this question in another way.
So, I mean, Nigel Farage and a lot of the right-wing Brexiteers, we call them, people who supported Brexit, a lot of them campaigned on certain issues which were either just not true or they just came from nowhere, were things they couldn't deliver on. Like, for example, they had a famous red bus, which they had. Was it £394 million goes to the EU? We could use that on our national health service, which was bullshit.
Oh, yes. Yes, but all people from those part of the politician arena would have the same things. Even in some countries like Iran, people who are supporting some conservative parties have these ideas too.
Right.
And they think all the other foreigners are against us, and if we want to have progress, and we have to be independent and have our own freedom.
Yeah,
it's all the same, I thought, around the world.
Yeah, here's a question: is there an Iranian version of this? Because if you notice all the arguments that happen with Brexit, the exact same arguments: immigration, our economy is bad. Happened with Brexit, then Trump, then Bolsonaro in Brazil, and it's very clear that it's not just a coincidence; it's populism in its most stupid form.
Yeah.
But is there something like that in Iran?
Yes, but it happened in the past when people voted for Ahmadinejad. I suppose you've heard about him.
Of course.
And he was conservative, and he was populist too. But at the moment, people were not satisfied with the leftists, or those we call them reformers.
Right.
Reformists. So people, it happened when the majority of people decided not to vote. It caused Ahmadinejad to get popular vote. However, I don't know how to say that in English, the percentage of people that go to vote, it was lower than and when it was lower and people decided not to vote, those conservatives or those populists would get the popular vote. It happened in America. I heard that people and those leftists or socialists asked people to go out and vote, but the percentage of people who were sorry, I've got a mind blank.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Just wanted. I suppose I got my point across.
Yeah. So I think you mean, were you talking about the US midterms or the 2016 election?
No, the presidential election. I was talking about
2 years ago, you mean?
Yes, I mean that.
Yeah.
And at that time, some people didn't go out to vote, and it caused Trump to get the vote. And but when it happens, people are not satisfied with that. But it's their fault. It's the fault of those who don't go out and vote.
Yeah. This is very, very true. I think I heard in Australia, I think it's like such a requirement to vote that if you don't vote, they fine you. Or if you're Brazilian with the Bolsonaro vote, that if you don't vote, they fine you as well. So it's not like that in Iran.
It's a great.
Sorry?
So go on.
No,
no, go on, please.
No, I was just asking, is it it's not like that in Iran. You can vote, you can not vote, it doesn't matter?
No, there's no rule to oblige us to vote.
Yeah.
But I think there should be. Yeah. Because it makes change. It makes our future. And it's our right. And if we don't use our right, so we won't have any effect on our society, on our future.
Yeah. Interesting.
But the situation is in Iran is it's so hard to explain You know, some people think when you go out and vote, it means that you have some respect for the entire government and entire system. And some people say if you don't go out and vote, then it shows that you're not satisfied with the system, and they want them overthrown.
Yeah.
And it's the idea of the people of they are radicals.
Right. So okay, I'm looking at the comments, and I want your opinion on this. Someone has written, it's unjust to fine for not voting. It should be one's decision. What do you think about that?
I'm against it. I think
against
there should be a fine. No, against the comments of that person.
Okay.
Yeah. I suppose there, maybe fining is not a good way to admire. Sorry, I can't find the word.
You're doing great.
I think it's not a good way to fine people for not voting, but there should be a way to admire them for voting. There should be some things that make them to vote, but maybe fining is not a perfect way.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why I can't find the exact words for that.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, a few people agree with you, but also I've just read in Belgium they also have compulsory voting.
Yeah,
it seems like a lot of people agree with this. Yeah.
But as I said, it's different. It must be different in different countries and situations. As I said, in Iran, some people don't like the system. So when they don't like the system, they don't want to go and vote because they're against the entire system.
Right. Okay. If you don't like either, which I believe was the thing with the presidential election, like you were saying, people hated Trump, but they also didn't like Hillary. Yeah. So instead of saying we have to choose one, they were just like, no, I don't want either of them, which of course isn't an option. So people just didn't vote, which is crazy.
And sometimes people are just fed up with both sides.
Yeah.
And they think that none of them would fulfill and would do things that they are promising the people. So they're just fed up with all these rhetorics against each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It can be a bit draining emotionally, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, Elliot, I'm going to have to leave you there. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
It was so great talking to you.
Thank you so much for talking to me. Well,
you're welcome, and thanks.
Oh, okay. Quick question before you go. Your opinion, Sergey is asking in the comments, is it a fair election in Iran?
It's controversial. Some people think it's fair, but for example, it was 2009 that one election was controversial, and some people thought that their vote was stolen. But sometimes people think, leftists and reformists think, if you go out and vote and you have the majority vote, so the system have to accept your vote, because after that there would be some protests, as it happened in 2009. So after that, they think that the system have to respect.
The system has to. People. So use system as a singular?
Has to.
Has to, right.
Yes, thank you for correction.
Yeah, no, you speak very well, by the way. A lot of comments are asking, where did you learn to speak English so well? Where did you learn?
It was so hard, in English. All the teachers, all students are speaking and learning American English. And when I decided to learn British English, I had to start self-studying and start learning through online courses. It was great, and I'm happy that it happened to me. And I
sound
needed
great.
to assess my English accent because
Assess.
I didn't know if I'm
Pronunciation.
in a situation.
Assess. Good.
Yes, and evaluate my British accent, speaking to someone native. But
Dude, you sound
I
amazing.
didn't have the opportunity up until now.
Yeah. No, dude, you sound really good.
Thank you. Very nice of
really
you.
Good. Oh, no, mate, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for talking to me. And I'll speak to you later, I hope.
Yes, I hope to.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
You joining us next weekend?
Goodbye.
Next Sunday?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Awesome.
It will be my pleasure.
All right. Awesome. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See you later. Goodbye.
Cool. That was that's such a pleasure. You guys are the best. You know what? Those other English channels, they don't have the good fans that I do. You guys are the best students ever. You're just brilliant. I love all of you. So thank you so much for watching. It's been such a pleasure to talk to all of you, and I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to more of you, but as you can see, we've nearly been going for 2 hours, which is crazy. I need to eat. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back next Sunday. Also, before I go, if you're a Patreon, so if you don't already, you can join my Patreon now, patreon.com/papateachme. You can join that or join as a member below this video. This week, I think Friday, I'll confirm the details later. I'll be putting an exclusive live stream for only Patreons and members. This will be an IELTS, TOEIC, TOEFL practice. So if you are studying for those exams, make sure you join my Patreon, join as a member. I'll give you the link for an exclusive live stream to practice some IELTS skills. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. I'd say bye-bye to a few people. Jolity, bye-bye. Roman, bye. Wallace, bye. Nadia, good night. Freckles, you're very welcome for the lesson. P. Petrick, donuts, yes, donuts. Condra, hello, in India. Goodbye from England. Morlin Patel, bye-bye. Jennifer Vargas, bye-bye. Mada Almeida, bye-bye. Petronella, bye. Chopin, Bisus. Daria, bye. Sema, bye-bye. Erica Crispin, ciao. Isyo? Isu? I don't know how to read that Korean. Annyeong. Oh, Annyeong, I know that word. Bye. Mustafa, bye-bye. Everyone else, Hyungyu, Lee, thank you so much, everyone, for your comments. Make sure you tell everyone about this class. I'll be back next Sunday, 3 p.m, or Friday if you're a Patreon or a member. It was a pleasure talking to all of you. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.